I'm Noah Cornelius, and this is my In the Bag. These are my putters that I'm using this year. My first one is a pretty beat-in Deputy. This is the first putter I started putting with. I don't throw this one a ton, but if I need like a nice understable shot, I normally toss this one. Next, I have another Deputy. This one's in a little bit better condition. I'll putt with this sometimes. It's a little lighter, so for a more loftier, softer approach, I'll use this. Next, I have another Deputy. This one's my putting putter. This one's kind of special to me. My dad got it for me for Christmas. He works for Ace, and so it's got a pretty cool Ace hardware stamp on it. And then my final putter is my Envy. This is more of a throwing putter for me. I've had some nice approaches with this, and I really like the feel of it in my hand. Next up are my 3 approach discs. I have a Soul. Personally, I don't throw this one a ton. It's more for specific reasons if I'm stuck and need a nice understable backhand shot or something. Next I have my Suspect. This gives me a pretty nice straight line, pretty dependable disc. And then my last one is my Zone. This is probably one of my favorite discs in my bag. It feels nice forehand and backhand, and it's the first disc I've ever bought. Next up are my mid-ranges. The first one's a Buzz SS. This is a pretty cool looking disc. Next I have 2, these are both Truths. This one I normally throw more than this one, but it's kind of cool looking to have just in the bag. And then last I have my Malta, which is just a pretty reliable, overstable mid-range. Next up I have my fairway drivers. This is a Leopard that I have. I've just started throwing this one more recently. I like the plastic, G-Star plastic. It's nice in the wind. Next I have my River. This one I don't use a whole lot, but it's nice to just have that slot in my bag if I ever do need just a straight fairway drive. And then last but not least, I have my Spark. This one I've been throwing a lot more recently. Once again, just very reliable disc, can throw it forehand or backhand, and I can get a pretty predictable line each time. The next section of my bag is my drivers. This Champion Roadrunner is one of my coolest looking discs. Another one of the first ones I've bought for myself, and I just really enjoy the line I get out of this one. I throw with a lot of Anheuser, which is normally the favorite approach with this, so I get a lot of good use out of that. Next up I have my Vandal. This one's a misprint, so it's pretty cool looking. Same deal as the Roadrunner, pretty understable, but I enjoy throwing this one just as much. Next I have my Beast. The Beast is one of my favorite discs. It's one I started throwing a lot when I first started playing. I don't use it as much anymore, but still just kind of has a special place in my heart. This Champion Valkyrie is probably the oldest disc I throw. This was one of the first ones I got when I started playing, and I just really enjoy the line I get out of it. A good, reliable driver. Can throw it forehand or backhand, but really prefer throwing it backhand. And then I have my Undertaker. This one, once again, just pretty cool looking disc. Good for backhands. Don't really throw this one forehand much, but I can get a nice hyzer out of this one, and hoping to start working on a hyzer flip with it as well. And then my last one is the Firebird. This one is my go-to forehand disc. Gives me a good line every time I throw it, and I just like the feel of the plastic as well. The last 2 discs in my bag are my distance drivers. First up, my Halo Destroyer. This is, once again, just a really awesome looking disc. I throw this one forehand pretty much all the time, other than occasional backhands if I need a really strong hyzer. It's a pretty heavy disc, but I can normally get a good skip out of this with a forehand. And then last but not least, my Daedalus. This one just looks awesome. I don't throw this one as much, but it's nice to have a reliable, understable distance driver if need be. Those are the discs I'll be throwing this season. I'm Noah Cornelius, and that was In My Bag.